The sky is bleeding with a green and red, where the winter dreams are fed. A river of neon in the velvet dark, born from a tiny silver spark. It's the Aurora Symphony, a cosmic dance, giving the spirit a second chance. Aurora Symphony tonight, in the cold and ancient light. Celestial neon, soft and deep, while the rest of the world's asleep. Watching the heavens start to float above the hills of fallen snow. It waves like a curtain in the solar wind, where the frozen stories begin. It's a magic show for the north and south, with a winter story in its mouth. I breathe in the color of the ancient sky, underneath the velvet sky. Aurora Symphony tonight, in the cold and ancient light. Celestial neon, soft and deep, while the rest of the world's asleep. Watching the heavens start to float above the hills of fallen snow. We are connected to the stars and the sun, now that the daily work is done. Electricity's a song of the soul, making the broken pieces whole. I lie on my back and I look above, thinking of the things that I love. A tiny speck in a giant sea of everything that is meant to be. The sky is alive and the sky is bright, shimmering in the middle of night. Oh, a symphony tonight, in the cold and ancient light. Celestial neon, soft and deep, while the rest of the world's asleep. Watching the heavens start to float above the hills of fallen snow. Celestial neon, aurora dance, space. Standing where the water used to fly, underneath the velvet sky. A giant sculpture made of light and cold, a story that is brave and bold. The ice falls sanctuary tonight, in the middle of the winter light. Glass curtains on the cliff, deep and still, over the valley and over the hill. Shadows in the frozen caves where the winter spirit saves. Every secret and every dream of the long and winding stream. I touch the surface smooth and hard, staying outside isn't so hard. When the world is a palace of silver glass, watching the winter hours pass. Wait for the sun to melt this stone. Deep and still sanctuary. Eyes fall.
Sitting in the corner with a latte cup, watching the world as I'm looking up. The windows are foggy from the warmth inside, nowhere for the winter to hide. Steamy glass view tonight, in the middle of the winter light. Sidewalk snow drifts piled so high, as the heavy city clouds go by. People in coats are rushing past, making the quiet moments last. I'm a ghost in a warm and caffeinated space, with a smile on my frozen face. The scent of roasted beans and cream, floating on a winter dream. The muffled music and the clink of glass, watching the winter hours pass. A little island in a sea of gray, to pass the time of a winter day. I'll stay here until the light is gone and the evening stars are drawn. Steamy glass, snow drifts, latte dreams.
without a care. I exhale and I see a cloud in a world that isn't very loud. Breathe in the dark tonight underneath the winter light. Visible soul, soft and deep, while the rest of the world's asleep. Evidence that I am still alive, finding a way to just survive. A phantom mist in the freezing night, shimmering in the pale starlight. Visible soul, soft and deep, while the rest of the world's asleep. Visible soul, soft and deep, while the rest of the world's asleep. We are more than just the flesh and bone in this world that we call our own. A little warm in a frozen space, finding the beauty and the grace. But I watch the vapor drift away at the end of a winter day. A quiet reminder of the heat inside, nowhere for the life to hide. Visible soul, in the dark. Visible soul, in the dark. Breathing.
A yellow square in a sea of black. There's no turning back. Miles from the city and miles from the road, carrying a heavy winter load. The lamp is a lighthouse for a lonely soul, making the broken pieces whole. Remote cabin lamp tonight, in the cold and ancient light, beacon in the cold, soft and deep, while the rest of the world's asleep. A tiny life in the giant dark, born from a tiny silver spark. The glass is thick and the wood is old, keeping away the winter cold. I see the silhouette against the pane, washing away the winter rain. Someone is reading or someone is dreams, floating on the milky streams. Remote cabin lamp tonight, in the cold and ancient light, beacon in the cold, soft and deep, while the rest of the world's asleep. A tiny life in the giant dark, born from a tiny silver spark. Isolation is a choice we make, for the weary spirit's sake. Find the peace in the far away at the end of a winter day. rocky ledge. It looks so warm and it looks so true. Thinking of the things I'll do. A quiet rhythm in the midnight air. Magic blooming everywhere. Remote cabin lamp tonight, in the cold and ancient light, beacon in the cold, soft and deep, while the rest of the world's asleep. A tiny life in the giant dark, born from a tiny silver spark. Cabin lamp, beacon, cold safety. Talk in a steady beat, making the silence feel complete. A wooden heart in a silver case, watching the time of this place. The clock on the mantle tonight, in the middle of the winter light, counting the winter seconds slow and deep, while the rest of the world's asleep. Beating with our heavy hearts. The pendulum is swinging back and forth, from the south and to the north. I don't mind the passing of the day, as the shadows start to stray. It's a rhythm that I've come to love, from the spirit up above. Time is a gift that we often miss, like a winter's final kiss. Treasure the moment, treasure the flow, over the hills of falling snow. Slow and deep, counting seconds, peaceful love. Hanging like daggers from the roof of the winter's power, they are proof. But the sun is touching the frozen tips, as the winter's power slips. Tears of the eaves tonight, in the middle of the winter light. Crystal drips slow and deep, while the rest of the world's asleep. Drip by drip on the wooden deck, I see the sky in a watery speck. The world is melting, the world is new, underneath the sky of blue. Horrific music, a natural song. I've been waiting for so long to hear the water and hear the flow across the hills of fallen snow. Nothing stays frozen, nothing stays hard, in the middle of the winter yard. Everything is change and everything is flow, from the ice to the rivers go. Logs are burning in the stone fireplace, far away from the human race. The scent of cedar and aged pine. This little cabin is truly mine. High in the mountains, deep in the snow, watching the valley lights down below. A wooden shelter, a quiet soul, making the broken spirit whole. No signal here, just the sound of the wind, forgiving the places where I have sinned, looking through the thick glass pane at the winter's beautiful lonely rain. Old wool blankets and a creaky floor. I don't wanna leave anymore. The stars are closer than they've been to every secret I've ever seen. Time is a circle, time is slow, above the clouds and above the snow. Finding my peace in the mountain air, without a worry, without a care. Mountain cabin, quiet soul, deep in the snow.
It isn't just white and it isn't just gray. At the end of a winter day, it's a deep indigo and a silver hue, thinking of the things we knew, the color of the cold tonight in the final winter light. Indigo and silver haze, deep and slow, above the valley and above the snow.
Shadows deep where the water's secrets keep, a palette of silence, a palette of peace, giving the heavy mind a relief.
I'm painting the air with every breath, the winter life, not a winter death. The world is a canvas of blue and gold, in the middle of the biting cold.
Open your eyes to the beauty there, magic blooming everywhere.
Every shade is a story to tell, more than any words can spell. Color of cold, indigo haze, painting silence. white on the ground without making any single sound. The last kiss of the winter air, magic scattered everywhere. The final frost tonight, in the final winter light, preparing for the sun soft and deep, while the rest of the world's asleep. I see the buds on the apple tree, thinking of the things I want to be. The world is ready, the world is new, underneath the sky of blue. I fold my scarf and I open the door. I don't need the fire anymore, just the promise of a green new leaf and a moment of a sweet relief. Thank you, winter, for the quiet rest. You've given me the very best, a time to think and a time to grow. Underneath the heavy snow, goodbye, winter. The bite is gone from the evening breeze, moving through the naked trees. A softer whisper, a gentler sigh, underneath the velvet sky. The north winds retreat tonight, in the middle of the winter light. Scent of waking earth, soft and deep, while the rest of the world's asleep. It carries the smell of distant rain across the valley and across the plain, telling the birds it's time to fly as the heavy clouds go by. I open the window and I let it in, where the new year thoughts begin. No more huddling, no more cold, just the stories yet untold. Change is a wind that we can't see, making the frozen spirit free. Breathe it in and let it go, over the hills of fallen snow. North wind, waking an earth, breathing. The boats are locked in a cage of ice, in this lonely coastal paradise. The ropes are stiff and the wood is cold, a story of the ocean being told. No more waves and no more salt, bringing end of a winter day. The frozen harbor, sleeping boats, watching how the silver shadow floats. Wait for the tide and wait for the sun before the journey has begun. Quiet mass against the winter sky, watching as the clouds go drifting by. The seagulls are gone to a warmer place, leaving behind the empty space. I walk on the pier and I hear the groan of the ice and the ancient stone. Every anchor is buried in the deep, while the water spirits go to sleep. Sail away in a dream of blue when the winter world is finally through. But for now, stay still and stay strong. This is where the sleeping boats belong. Sleeping boats, frozen harbor, winter tide. Deep in the forest where the shadows grow, far away from everyone I know. A small wooden cabin with a single light, standing alone in the middle of the night. The snow is piled against the cedar logs, floating in the middle of the winter fogs. The world is a distance, the world is a dream, beside the bank of a frozen stream. The midnight cabin, solitude so deep, while the rest of the world is fast asleep. No more noise and no more city lights through the middle of the winter nights. Just the crackle of the fire and the mountain air, finding the peace that's everywhere. The tea is hot and the blankets are thick, listening to the old clock steady tick. I don't need the internet, I don't need the phone. I'm happy to be standing here all alone, watching the smoke rise up to the moon, humming a slow and steady winter tune. Every beam of wood has a story to tell of the people who used to live here well. I'm just a guest in the house of the trees, carried on the freezing winter breeze. Lock the door, let the snow fall down, miles away from the nearest town. In this wooden heart I find my soul, making every broken piece whole. Midnight cabin, forest quiet, stay the floor. I don't need to rush no more. The smoke's drifting in the light. Everything feels soft and bright. The city's quiet, still asleep. Secrets that the morning keeps. Warmth is spreading through my hands, following my heart's commands. Oh, Sunday morning, stay a while. I'm just captured by your smile. Coffee steaming, lazy dreams. Life is simpler than it seems. Let the world just spin away. In this golden light, I'll stay. Pages turning in my book, in this cozy little nook. Rain or shine, it's all the same. Whispering a quiet name. No more shadows, no more fear. Only peace is living here. Slowly breathing in the air, finding beauty everywhere. Oh, Sunday morning, stay a while. I'm just captured by your smile. Coffee steaming, lazy dreams. Life is simpler than it seems. Let the world just spin away. In this golden light, I'll stay. Time is like a river flow. Nowhere left for me to go. Just a moment, sweet and deep. Promises I meant to keep. Barefoot on the wooden tiles, going across the 1,000 miles. Inside my mind, I'm free and light. The sun is shining, oh so bright. Oh, Sunday morning, stay a while. I'm just captured by your smile. Coffee steaming, lazy dreams. Life is simpler than it seems. Let the world just spin away. In this golden light, I'll stay. Just a little more. Stay a little more. A single ray of light across the floor, coming through the heavy wooden door. I see the particles dancing free, like a tiny galaxy for me. Dust in the beam tonight, in the middle of the winter light. Sunlight through eyes, soft and deep, while the rest of the world's asleep. It's a quiet show for a lonely room, breaking through the winter gloom. I watch the patterns and I watch the slow, while the winter winds begin to blow. Dust in the beam tonight, in the middle of the winter light. Sunlight through eyes, soft and deep, while the rest of the world's see it all. Time is moving like a golden grain, washing away the winter pain. The air is still and the house is warm, safe from the winter's frozen storm. Just the dust and just the light. Everything is gonna be alright. Dust and scent, sunlight, ice, stillness, stillness.
The peak is past and the end is near, chasing away the winter fear. The world is standing in a perfect still on the side of the frozen hill. It's the final winter breath, a quiet grace in my favorite little place. Final winter breath tonight in the cold and ancient light. The great calm, soft and deep, while the rest of the world's asleep. A moment of peace before the turn, thinking of the lessons that we learned. No wind to blow and no storm to fight. In the middle of the winter night, everything is ready and everything is true. And everything I'm trying to do, we've survived the cold and we've survived the dark, looking for a tiny silver spark. Final winter breath tonight in the cold and ancient light. The great calm, soft and deep, while the rest of the world's asleep. A moment of peace before the turn, thinking of the lessons that we learned. Winter is a teacher, winter is a home. No matter where we choose to roam, it leaves a mark upon the soul, making the broken pieces whole. I close my eyes and I feel the flow above the hills of fallen snow. The dawn is coming, but for now we rest with the winter wind upon our breast. A quiet rhythm and a midnight air, magic blooming everywhere. Final winter breath tonight in the cold and ancient light. The great calm, soft and deep, while the rest of the world's asleep. A moment of peace before the turn, thinking of the lessons that we learned. Great calm, final breath, winter ends.
Standing tall against the biting gale in a world that's looking very pale. A coat of needles and a coat of ice, my own piece of forest paradise. Sentinel of the north tonight in the final winter light. The pines enduring soft and deep while the rest of the forest is asleep. Heavy branches bending to the ground without making any single sound. Strength is quiet and strength is green, the bravest thing that I have ever seen. Sentinel of the north tonight in the final winter light. The pines enduring soft and deep while the rest of the forest is asleep. Roots are reaching for the hidden heat, far below my frozen tired feet. Wait for the sun and wait for the spring while the winter shadows cling. The rough and frozen bark in the middle of the winter dark. A friend in the forest, a shield in the cold, a story that is brave and bold. Sentinel, deep pine, standing tall.
Tapping on the roof and tapping on the snow, watching the winter embers glow. The world is turning to a pool of gray at the end of a long cold day. Soft slush rhythms tonight. Washing away the frozen past, making the quiet moments last. The streets are shiny and the air is sweet, with the sound of the world's retreat. I'm tucked inside with a heavy heart, waiting for a brand new start. Watching the puddles on the ground without making any single sound. Water and ice in a slow dance, giving the world a second chance to be clean and to be new. Underneath the sky of blue.
Another chapter in a world of words, far away from the winter birds. My lamp is glowing like a little sun. Now the daily work is done. The reader's sanctuary tonight, in the middle of the winter light. Ink on snow white pages, soft and deep, while the rest of the world's asleep. Traveling to lands I've never seen, in the places where I've never been. I turn the page and I feel the flow, while the outdoor winds begin to blow. The reader's sanctuary tonight, in the middle of the winter light. Ink on snow white pages, soft and deep, while the rest of the world's asleep. A book is a shield, a book is a key to a world of perfect liberty. Lose yourself in the story's line, while the winter stars shine. My coffee is cold but my heart is full, wrapped in a blanket of heavy wool. Just one more hour in this paper dream, floating on a milky stream. Snow white pages, reader's soul, dreaming.
The cars are moving like ghosts in the street, where the asphalt and the powder meet. Red and yellow lights are blurry now. I don't know where and I don't know how. Muffled city echoes tonight, underneath the street lamplight. Neon through the flakes, soft and deep, while the rest of the city's asleep. A distant siren in the frozen air, people rushing to get anywhere, but the snow is catching all the noise, like a collection of forgotten toys. Muffled city echoes tonight, underneath the street lamplight. Neon through the flakes, soft and deep, while the rest of the city's asleep. The concrete is wearing a heavy veil over the tracks of the iron rail. Silence is a blanket on the crowd, while the winter wind is loud. I watch the world from a high up room, safe from the city's winter gloom. 1,000 lights in a sea of white, everything is gonna be alright. Neon flakes, city echoes, night lights.
I've been climbing for 1,000 miles, through the frozen paths and the winter trials. Now I'm standing victory starting within. The sun is reflecting on the crown of ice in this lonely mountain paradise. The clouds are below me, white and deep, while the valley spirits go to sleep. On the frozen peak, top of the world, like a silver flag that's been unfurled. I can see the edge, I can see the line, where the earth and the heavens entwine. It's a quiet power, it's a cold light after the long and heavy night. The wind is a roar and the wind is a song. This is where the lonely hearts belong. Every rock is covered in a diamond crust, turning all the fear into silver dust. I am the king of the empty sky, watching as the winter clouds go by. No more paths and no more signs between the valley and the mountain lines. I found my peace in the middle of the frost, finding the time that I thought was lost. Higher now, reach for the stars, healing all the winter's hidden scars. The world is small from where I stand, across the frozen and the silent land. Frozen people, top of the The air is warming and the ice is thin, feeling the change starting within. The winter is tired and the winter is old, a final story of the frost being told. The snow is soft and the snow is wet. The best of the seasons hasn't happened yet. I see a patch of the brown gray earth, waiting for the moment of rebirth. The last snowflake, waiting for the melt. Every single winter moment felt. Goodbye to the white, hello to the green. The most beautiful change I've ever seen. It's a new beginning, it's a quiet start, warming up the corners of my heart. The river is groaning under the weight of a spring that's arriving just a bit late. I hear the birds in the distance call,
watching the winter's curtain fall. The icicles are dripping from the roof of the coming life. I have the proof. I'm ready to run and I'm ready to grow, leaving behind the heavy snow. The cycle turns and the cycle stays through the middle of the winter days. But now it's time to let it all go, where the icy rivers used to flow. Hello the sun, hello the rain, washing away the winter's pain. Between the ice and the open sky, watching as the winter clouds go by. The last snowflake waiting for the melt. Welcome, spring. Filling up the water from the silver tap, taking a moment for a winter nap. But the heat is rising and the flame is blue. I'm making something warm for me and you. Copper kettle song tonight underneath the kitchen light. The kitchen soft and deep, while the rest of the world's asleep. While the rest of the world's asleep. It's asleep. Steam is dancing on the window pane, washing away the winter's frozen rain. The scent of bergamot and honey sweet, making the evening feel so complete. Copper kettle song tonight underneath the kitchen light. The kitchen soft and deep, while the rest of the world's asleep. While the rest of the world's asleep. It's asleep. A little rhythm in a metal pot, giving everything that I have got. Pour the water, let the leaves begin to let the summer stories in. My hands are warm around the ceramic cup, watching the yellow steam go up. A simple music of domestic grace in my favorite little place. Kettle whistle, copper song, warm tea. It's asleep. The toaster pops with a happy sound while the snow is piled on the ground. The smell of the butter and the berry jam. I'm staying right here, right where I am. A hot cup of Earl Grey in my hand while the white covers the quiet land. The kitchen is bright and the kitchen is warm, sheltered away from the winter storm. Tea and toast, winter breakfast time. Everything is rhythm and everything is rhyme. Simple flavors and simple light. Everything is gonna be alright. It's a golden start to a silver day, chasing the winter blues away. heavy winter sky. The bread is crunchy and the tea is sweet, making my winter life complete. The radio is playing a mellow tune, waiting for the rising of the moon. I take my time and I enjoy the bite after the long and freezing night. The butter is melting on the golden crust, turning the winter gloom into dust. I'm feeling lucky and I'm feeling good, doing the things that a person should. Honey and milk, silver and gold, stories of the winter yet to be told. Fill your heart and fill your home, no more need for you to roam. Winter breakfast, tea and toast, stay happy. The sun is dipping low behind the hill. The frozen world is standing very still. A wash of purple on the valley floor. I couldn't ask for any beauty more. Amethyst twilight tonight, in the fading winter light. Violet snow shadows soft and deep, while the rest of the world's asleep. The stars are waking in a lilac sky, as the heavy clouds go drifting by. My breath is silver in the evening air. There's magic blooming almost everywhere. Amethyst twilight tonight, in the fading winter light. Violet snow shadows soft and deep, while the rest of the world's asleep. Color is a song that we can see in the middle of the galaxy. Let the purple wash away the pain until the morning comes again. I watch the horizon turn to deep dark blue, thinking of the things that I should do. But for now, I'll stay within the glow, above the fields of violet snow. The horizon is a solid wall of gray. At the start of a winter day, no blue to see and no sun to find, just the winter on my mind. Heavy sky canvas tonight, in the middle of the winter light, weight of the clouds soft and deep, while the rest of the world's asleep. It feels like the world is pressing down on the valley and on the town. A blanket made of iron and mist, like a winter that has never been kissed. Heavy sky canvas tonight, in the middle of the winter light, weight of the clouds soft and deep, while the rest of the world's asleep. There is comfort in the heavy air, magic blooming everywhere. The world is small and the world is tight. Everything is gonna be alright. I wait for the flakes to start to fall, answering the winter's call. A quiet giant, a heart of stone, feeling so peaceful and all alone. Heavy sky, weight of clouds, gray red poinsettias by the door, petals on the wooden floor. Outside everything is gray, but inside it's a sunny day. Pine and holly, sweet perfume, chasing out the winter gloom. Flowers in the winter frost, finding what we thought was lost. Colors in the world of white, turning everything to bright. Wrapping roses up in brown for the lovers in the town. Every bloom a little spark, in the middle of the dark. I can feel the spring is near, even in the winter year. If I could give a flower to you, I would know just what to do to make the winter disappear and bring the magic drawing near. Let the petals lead the way into another kind of day. Flowers in the winter frost, finding what we thought was lost. Colors in the world of white. for the things that I've never seen. A voice from the city, a voice from the coast, passing every silent telegraph post. It's a long distance call on a winter night, waiting for the coming of the light. On that radio, long distance winter, watching the silver shadows splinter. A song for the lonely, a song for the far. Underneath the light of a frozen star, listen to the rhythm, listen to the beat, following the rhythm of the city street. The announcer is talking about the snow and where the winter winds begin to blow. I feel a connection through the empty air, finding the magic that's everywhere. Someone is listening, someone is there, losing the weight of every care. The jazz is smooth and the jazz is slow. Watching the fireplace embers glow. One more hour before I sleep, while the winter secrets start to keep. Static and soul, noise and light, guiding me through the longest night. Between the dial and the empty sky, watching as the winter clouds go by. Midnight rain.